Right, Chris, our co-main event of the evening, the middleweight title. Mike Shipman versus Tommy Cook. On paper, an incredible matchup.
Malcolm, this is the one all the fans have been waiting for tonight at KFN8. Mike Shipman coming in here with a great training camp from a phenomenal background there in shoot fighters. But Cook has been on a tear lately. He has got big power, big skills, and is going to look to finish this one early. Tune in, you're not going to want to miss it, folks.
I'm Mike Shipman, I fight at London Shoot Fighters, and I'm fighting Tommy Cook for the Middleweight Championship. Yeah, always train hard, always take it seriously. This is my first title, so yeah, 6 days a week, twice a day, been training hard.
My name's Tommy Cook, fighting out of Ironman MMA. I'm fighting for the kilogram middleweight title against Mike Shipman from London Shoot Fighters. I don't know a great deal about Mike Shipman. I've only managed to watch one of his videos. It looks like he's got a good wrestling background. The fight I've seen, he was in control on top, on the floor.
Typically in my fights previously, I've taken people down, fought on the floor, but I'd like to test them up standing first, see how that goes, and just see where the fight takes me, just feel the fight.
Obviously, stand-up's not my game, but I have a reach advantage. I believe I got better wrestling than him, so if he goes for the takedown, I'm not going to sprawl him. And I think I do a lot of jiu-jitsu competitions, so I think my jiu-jitsu is a lot better.
I'm going to make a prediction. I'm ready for pretty much any outcome. I'm trained, I'm fit for the rounds. The only prediction I'll make is a finish. I want to get a finish, whether that be a KO or a submission. We'll see where the fight goes.
Winning the kilogram belt will be a good privilege. It looks like an awesome show, and I can't wait to take the belt home.
It means a lot. It's my first title, so it'll mean a lot to me. Give me a lot of momentum moving on, and it'd be nice to have a belt, man. I'm going to change all my trousers so I can just wear it all the time. Just it looks pretty flash. I'm looking forward to it.
My message to Mike Shipman is, I'm coming for that belt.
Tommy Cook, I'm glad you feel confident. I'm glad you back yourself, but I don't think you've got what it takes. Good luck.
My message for the kilogram fans is it's going to be an exciting fight. I'm coming off a loss, and I'm going to go for a quick finish.
Watch out, don't blink. Anything could happen. It could be a knockout, it could be a submission. I'm looking to make a statement as well, so it should be a good fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our co-main event of the evening. This, your professional middleweight kilogram title bout, contested over 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, from the Ironman MMA gym, Tommy Spider-Man Cook. And now for his opponents, fighting out of the red corner from London Shoot Fighters, it's Mike Seabass Shipman.
This bout is brought to you by Building Plastics for You Limited. And if we look at the tail of the tape, Cook, the taller of the man at 6'3", although Shipman still 6'1". Shipman 4-1, Cook 5-1. Chris, this title fight couldn't be better balanced.
This, our KiloCam co-main event of the evening, is off. And a lot of people have had a lot of talk about what each fighter can bring to each other. You know, Tommy Cook, coming from Ironman MMA, wants to come back here tonight and make a statement. You heard the intro video. Of course, Michael Shipman from London Shoot also wants to take him out in spectacular fashion. And these two, I predict, once the waters are tested, are going to go at each other like freight trains.
Now, funny you should say that, because Shipman made a point of saying, he can't match my wrestling, but I want to stay up and see what he's got upstairs. I'm good up there as well. That was real psychological before the fight starts, just to get inside Tommy Cook's mind.
Yeah, totally agree. And it's funny that, you know, Shipman had the ability to come in there and get double underhooks here. Good job swimming in. Oh, look at that. And you saw, that was crazy, man. You saw obviously how Cook dropped to go and try and take him down with no success.
That's right, and man. Shipman, a very dangerous knee just missed. And he moves laterally nicely out of range, the slightly shorter of the two men, although both 6'1" and 6'3". We're talking two big men in here.
Yeah, these guys are units here at middleweight. You know, high-level professional guys who cut the weight, make it perfect. Nice inside leg kick. I like that entry with his footwork.
He's got nice upper body movement as well, Shipman. He got into that clinch by slipping a punch beautifully, Chris.
Does a perfect job coming in here and grabbing double unders again. And a good work for Tommy Cook swimming in and getting that clinch back. A little tentative here so far. I mean, there's been some good exchanges in the clinch, but on the feet, neither fighter really willing to totally commit. I think they know that each of these guys can put each other away in an instant. There's no need to be gutsy when you've got a big title on the line just a couple of minutes in.
Exactly, Chris. And I think, again, Shipman, it was the bravado, because his body language and what he's been trying to do here from the moment they came in was take it to ground. Yeah. Where he feels his wrestling has got that edge.
Yep, Seabass was being very vocal about his abilities.
Oh, having said that, he clipped him with that right hand to the chin, Chris. And now the double knees. And Tommy Cook, the Spider-Man, in all sorts of problems suddenly from that right hand start.
And Cook doing a good job of trying to keep tight here and get himself some time to recover. He's still wobbly, Malk. Coming forward, he's still a little bit dazed here, I think.
That was close to a perfect on the button. And again, this time though, Cook with the response got Shipman's respect. Now it's starting to liven up, Chris.
Yep, that was exactly what I thought was going to happen. It was going to be a little bit of a testing of waters, and Shipman doing nice to set up with strikes here. Look, he's going to come in there, double underhooks again, full body lock. And now we're back to a 50-50 clinch. I think Tommy Cook is now wise to the strategy, Malk.
I think you're right, Chris. I mean, Shipman, as we said, he talked about keeping it upright and boxing for a while. It was all a front to get in close, and for the takedowns. Nothing wrong with that, playing that psychological game. And yet, ironically, it was Shipman who landed that right uppercut and then the 2 knees that almost ended this fight.
Wild stuff here, and just neither fighter going anything less than 100%. Hitting high, hitting low, no stalling whatsoever, as either looks to explode on each other.
And you can see there again, Chris, that Shipman, he wants to take this down. As you said, there's no need for false guts and glory when there's a title at stake. Fight to your strengths, and I think Shipman has started to realize that if he gets there, and I love the timing, again, waits for the punch attempt, gets to where he wants to be.
He comes out of such a great gym. They've got so many high-level guys, and they train not only wrestling, but wrestling for MMA. There's a big, big, big difference in the way that he mixes in his strikes and submission attempts, as we're seeing here, controlling that front headlock position very nicely, staying heavy on top.
Transitioning very fast as well, Chris. He went from side control, north-south, back to their feet. And I think Tommy Cook's a bit phased by this at the moment. I mean, I don't think the game plan's going quite the way he wanted. And Shipman has really messed things up a bit for him. I think messed with his mind, messed with him physically, and it's really worked.
Shipman breathing very deeply, but looks for that overhand right. That's a great way to come in and try to land a takedown as well. Watch him change levels off the next time he does that.
And that left hook took the feet away just for a second of Tommy Cook as well.
Yeah, Cook with a look of determination. I mean, this guy coming to the cage stamping, literally like marking his territory like he was a gorilla, quite frankly. So, you know, Shipman doing pretty good here. He's definitely not on Wobble Street anymore, you know, like we saw with the knees. So,
and Shipman takes Cook down once more.
And doing a great job of stuffing his head away. Watch for him to come behind with a straight shot when pinning him to the mat. That makes it way more effective when you pin your opponent's face to the mat. There's nowhere for that head to rebound after a shot. Man, the most likely outcome we thought was Shipman pressing the takedown. Seabass finding good effectiveness multiple times. And to be fair, Tommy Cook did well to get back up to his feet, but a little flustered, possibly taken out of his game plan, Malcolm, so far.
I agree totally, Chris, and that's the thing, game plans, and you're right, Shipman's at the moment is the one that's working. So round 2, Chris, and a big round for Shipman. What does Tommy Cook need to do now?
Tommy Cook really needs to pay careful attention. He does not allow himself to overcommit. There was a big feeling out process, but I feel that Cook was in some ways beaten to the ability to gauge the distance that was most important. Shipman figured out where the ring control elements needed to be, was able to get in, get inside, and take him down multiple times. Cook needs to make sure he's wary and not going in too far with his footwork, whether that's off punches, kicks, or otherwise.
And from the first round of battle, when Tommy Cook turns, you'll see the right-hand side of his face is just beginning to get a nice-sized mouse below the right eye. And Shipman confidently moves away as the big hands come in and then looks for the takedown again, immediately throws the double knees once more.
And that's that wrestling for MMA. You know, he went in there, dropped, went back up again, landed a knee, landed a right cross very neatly, right there to the side of his face. And you can see the damage accumulating, as you said, Malcolm. That's going to, you know, the judge is going to take note of that if this does go the distance.
Yes, Tommy Cook's got to be careful now because that mouse has grown again. And Shipman proving elusive and difficult. And again, now this time he brings a little right hand over the top as well.
And Shipman proving to be more unpredictable as well. If you were to look at the quality of competition these two guys have faced.
The back fist lands clean.
And that is what I meant about being unpredictable, Malcolm. He has been able to take his opponent out of his comfort zone and now land possibly the biggest strike of this fight.
And Tommy Cook, he's been frustrated. He's been exasperated, and finally he's been knocked flat with a spinning back fist. And he's got to do something to get back into this, Chris, because Shipman is growing in confidence.
And you can see Mike Shipman's ideas really come to reality as he made predictions about being able to dominate and really go after Tommy Cook. He is truly pushing him to the limit here in Kill a Cam.
Yes, and his movement, everything here to frustrate and confound. And that left hand finds the target again. The mouth starts to swell on the right-hand side of Cook's face.
I like how, to a degree, Mike Shipman's able to move around with his head. You know, so many fighters fake and feint with just their arms when they're throwing punches. He's doing a ton of head movement, which obviously telegraphs takedowns that may not actually be coming, and then a punch comes. So he's really just throwing off Tommy Cook tonight.
Yes, incredible stuff here. A really dominant display at the moment. And as you said, that head movement also, it slips the punches. It's given him a couple of takedowns as well. And Tommy Cook really, this is the time now. We're over halfway through this fight, and he hasn't had a toe hold in it yet.
And they're right in front of the commentary position here. Mike looking to land a right cross again. That's been his bread and butter throughout this fight, even when the fight hits the mat. He's a big fan of controlling the body with the left arm, whether it's the legs, whether he's looking for a leg drag pass, or whether he's pushing his face, whether he's pushing Tommy Cook's face down with his left and then connecting with the right. Grapplers love to punch to get inside, but he's not stopped punching once he's inside, and that's just a sign of an elite MMA artist. Punches and bunches all the time.
And here he goes again, Chris. And the thing is, he can afford to take his time because he's in such control. All the time that Tommy Cook is against the cage like he is, with no offensive, the clock's just ticking away from him.
And a look of desperation there to try to pull Shipman into his guard. Shipman having none of it, though. Look at the way he controls a leg, controls a wrist. He's going to work his way in a little bit closer and then cork up one of those monster shots again.
It's a win-win situation for him, Chris, in the sense that time is not on Tommy Cook's side.
Yeah, and he cannot become complacent to allow Shipman to dictate where this fight takes place. Just those thuds landing over and over and over. And it looks to me like the mouse hasn't really gotten any worse. So at least he's got good vision, but he needs to look and then make something happen. It's not enough to try and wait and counter him anymore, in my opinion.
The right hand over the top again. The bolo punch, as it's called in kickboxing, and it's working superbly.
Stole the words out of my mouth. Just a superb performance indeed from Mr. Shipman here. Seabass, no joke at all. And look at the way he pushes down and makes his pass here. He's going to do this very, very masterfully.
And then when he gets up, recomposes, he knows that time is against Tommy Cook. He can take these little breathers. He has these little spaces for himself. And all the time it's here, there's no offensive from Cook.
And it seems to me he can take him down more or less at will. Because now, if you notice that Cook has to be a little more worrisome about other things, a la a spinning back fist. Boom. There we go, another attempt at that. So I think, once again, as in round one, the story of this fight being his ability to, look, oh, he's going to roll for a leg lock. That's brave, but the clock runs out, and it's just not enough for Tommy Cook so far, Malcolm.
No, Mike Shipman, his choices have been superb tonight. He's really on point, and everything he's tried has come to fruition. It's one of those wonderful nights, isn't it, for a fighter?
Yeah, perfect night, making a very strong impression with the full game of his wrestling, setting up strikes, and his strikes setting up his wrestling. Spectacular stuff. Cannot wait to see what this young man comes out with for the next round. Good.
It's a third and final round, and this title at the moment is so close. It's almost in Mike Shipman's grasp. Tommy Cook has to pull out something incredible in this third round to take this title.
And Tommy Cook is going to look to change the course of this fight and turn this ship around. And he needs to do so with a sense of urgency. It's not going to be enough to try to wait and counter Shipman. There we go. Nice entry out the inside leg kick. Want to see a big right hand come behind that, a la my man Dan Henderson. He's got to go for broke here.
Yes, you're right, Chris. There's no time now to waste. Shipman again picks his times. He moves nicely, turns again. And again, it's one of those days where everything seems to go right for you. And whatever Tommy Cook does, Shipman finds himself in control once more.
And Cook actually thought about taking Mike Shipman down, but actually Shipman shrugged him off. I mean, his upper body strength, you look at his shoulders, that is the physique of your prototypical stud wrestler, one who's learned how to punch, and that's a scary thing.
Yes, as you said, not only learn how to punch, but his footwork, his head movement, it really is impressive to watch it, and it really has frustrated Tommy Cook. And as you said, not only taking him out of his comfort zone, it's made him almost forget his own game plan. It's like he's in survival mode almost.
Well, you can watch Tommy Cook there. He's trying to frame up and try to hit a shrimp and retain, you know, maybe an empty half guard, quarter guard, something to work back to a better position. Look at that. But the way that Shipman is able to constantly stay heavy and shut him down, literally control and feel every movement and anticipate it, is just mind-numbing to see, really, Malcolm.
Yes, total control. His movement, it's almost like he's one step ahead, like he knows the move's coming and already has the counter in mind. I know.
He's bouncing around, all happy, all still fresh, and it looks to me like Tommy Cook a little bit bewildered at what's occurred so far.
Yes, he puffed out his cheeks there, Chris. He's really had to work hard just to stay there, just to still be in the cage, let alone in the fight itself. And again, a tired front teep kick. This is what he needs, though. There was almost an uppercut there. He needs one punch. He needs that one thing to turn this on its head and break Mike Shipman's night, because it would be catastrophic for Shipman to lose this now.
Shipman again back to bread and butter, 101 with that big power double leg. And he comes in so hard. I mean, we've seen a lot of the fights tonight. A lot of fighters are very happy to take their opponents down against the cage. He did that from the middle of the ring and just bull rushed his guy. I mean, there's not a lot of guys in MMA who can do that at will, and Mike Shipman is a monster.
And as you said, he's doing this at will. He's loose-limbed, he's happy, he's in control. Everything is going his way tonight, and it is one of those nights you must dream of. And it's going to take something spectacular to defeat him now. It really is.
And Mike Shipman has really found a sweet spot in his rhythm tonight here in the Killer Cam co-main event. But I'm just not sure. Maybe Tommy Cook was hurt. Maybe something's happened. Only he knows. But he really needs to start rocking that jab out and really making Mike Shipman respect his offense.
Well, the thing you've got to remember, you talked about Tommy being on a roll, but Mike Shipman has only lost his debut. He's on a winning streak since then. He lost his debut as a pro and hasn't lost since, and he's showing that confidence.
I like how he looks for that and then sort of says to Tommy Cook, what are you going to do, man? What are you going to do here? Now, the clock's nearly out here, and round 3 of my title fight.
That's what's impressed me with him, Chris. It's the psychological way he's approached this as well. And psychologically, and now he's actually, the gum shield, you saw Cook, he's wobbling still. Cook is all over the place now, the gum shield. He was trying to put the gum shield back in while his legs were still unsteady.
Oh, wow. And a nice knee connect for Mike Shipman. And the London shoot fighter is a shark in the water, Malcolm. I think he smells blood.
Oh, Cook, to his credit, is still there. But these have been really testing times towards the end of this final round. And if you needed any more proof that Shipman's going to take this title, it was there. Oh, and that, again, the variety. He slips the leg up midsection as well. Masterclass tonight. That's the only way. Oh, there it goes. That is it.
Oh, my
That
goodness.
is the icing on the cake. A finish. The perfect end to the fight. The left hand. That is a masterclass there tonight from Mike Shipman.
That was a spectacular switch kick. He actually did a real good job, like you said, of sneaking that up underneath the guard and hitting to the body. That might have taken a little bit of wind and mobility out of him. And when you do that to someone, they cannot avoid those shots. And it's the one you don't see and the one you don't move away from that gets you. And that was all she wrote, Malcolm.
You're right, Chris. You're right. It was that left leg set up the left hand. Incredible.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action for this professional middleweight Killer Cam title bout, referee in charge, Andrew Nichols, has called a stop to this contest, declaring your winner via TKO and new champion, Mike Seabass Shipman. And let's hear it for Tommy Cook, his opponent here tonight. What a fight. All right, I'm here with the champ, Michael Shipman. Mike, that was the perfect punch to possibly end the perfect fight. How you feeling right now, champ?
I feel absolutely ecstatic and a bit relieved because I thought I threw a few perfect punches, but he kept getting back up. So hats off to him, man. He was a competitor right till the end.
Now, one of the biggest factors for sure was your wrestling, and not only your wrestling, but your wrestling for MMA. Mixing it up, threatening the takedown, hitting strikes. Was that the game plan, and what do you feel was the biggest difference in here tonight for yourself?
Yeah, like you said, it was the wrestling. I mean, London Shoot is a great team. They come up with the game plan, I just do what I'm told. But it worked out, and I was able to dictate where the fight went, so it came out in my favour.
Michael, it was an honor to see you perform here tonight in Killer Cam. Congratulations one more time on your performance. Ladies and gentlemen, the champ, Seabass Shipman.